Plunger. Plungers are mechanical components for positioning and fixing workpieces. Here you can see the image of a plunger. A spring is built into the main body so that the ball or a pin at the tip sinks into the body when the load is applied, and also it returns to its former position by the spring force when the load is removed. Basically, a spring loaded pin is assembled inside, and when you press it, the pin goes in. When the force is removed, the pin goes out and you use it for different application. So we'll see some of the different type of plungers and its applications. Let's go back. Here I have highlighted some of the different type of plungers. You can see ball plungers, pin plungers, and retractable spring plungers. In the ball plungers, you will be able to see a ball at the tip, and it is loaded with a spring. It is more suited for sliding mechanism positioning, as the ball sinks in not only vertically but also it responds to the lateral loads. Next is pin plungers. You can see it is, instead of a ball, you can see a small pin. These pins has a longer stroke. It can act as a stopper since the stroke is more, and it can get into a hole and help us to align the position of the tool in that particular position. Next is retractable spring plungers. Retract the nose by pulling the knob or handle. So basically you will have a handle or a knob to retract the projected pin at the bottom. So these spring plungers have a long nose that provides a large bearing surface to handle side loads. So you can see some of the different types: knob mounted, T-handle, pull ring, etc. Also, I'll show you some of the images of plunger holders that's available in market. This can be used for holding the plunger in a particular position when it is mounted on a fixture or any other mechanism. Let us see some of the applications of plungers. So here you can see a plunger has been used for die positioning. Plungers are used for relief valves. When the pressure is applied from other end, plunger can go in, allowing water or air to pass through the hole. Next is pushing out workpiece. It can be used for pushing out the workpiece once the operation is done. So also you can see some of the usage of plungers. You will be able to see a rail and a carriage. The plungers are used for positioning the carriage on the rail in particular position, and also they can see a rotating mechanism where plunger with multiple holes, the plunger will be able to locate the lever at any position surrounding the plate. And also the plungers are used in the dial gauge. This dial gauge is used for the surface finish measurements. Mostly this dial gauge assembled with this plunger will give how much variations on the surface. As the plunger with the ball or a pin at the end moves up and down based on the surface roughness or projection. Also you can see the right side there is a handle or a lever which can be positioned in 3 different positions by using that plunger mounted at the bottom. Here also some of the example of common applications of bar plungers are used for fixture positioning, used for knob indexing as we discussed before, and also used as stoppers. So here also you see in this image how the retractable plungers are mounted on the component and how it is functioning. These are the basic calculation for the plunger to understand how much force is exerted. Also, this also help you to if you are making a custom-made plunger, You will be able to choose the spring by calculating the spring constant. So if you know the initial load and maximum load applied on the plunger. So the minimum load is the initial load is F0, and the F1 is the effective stroke load, and F2 is the maximum load acting on the plunger. So S1 is effective stroke and S2 is the maximum stroke. Effective stroke and effective stroke load is the ideal condition load and stroke. So the spring constant can be calculated by F2 minus F0 by S2. You can see that you will be able to calculate the spring constant and choose the right spring used for withstanding your load when it is used in the application. Also, the load F1 is the effective stroke load, can be also calculated if you know the initial load, spring constant, and effective stroke. So that formula is also given here. So hope this is helpful. These are the basics information for the plunger. This is also one of the component widely being used in the industry, especially for the fixtures and manufacturing environment. Thank you very much.